Hey friends, I'm here across from Penn Station on 7th Avenue. And about 2 years ago, I did a video of the Penn District. The plan was to renovate Penn Station using funds, real estate funds from, I think it was about, I want to say 8 or 9 super talls that were going to be built here around Penn Station. Anyways, with the COVID situation, the real estate situation, that was kind of put on pause. But this morning or last night, some news came out with the federal government now is going to proposing to take over the project. Just a little bit of background: Amtrak owns Penn Station, and the previous plan was with the governor of New York, and they were going to split it between Amtrak and the MTA, which runs the Long Island Railroad out of here. We also have New Jersey Transit, which is a different agency. So maybe it would be more efficient just to have the federal government take over the planning of the project. So anyways, I'm here across from Penn Station in what could be me standing in front of the future Madison Square Garden. The new plan is to move Madison Square Garden across the street from Penn Station. And right here was the old Pennsylvania Hotel. This lot is empty. It was going to be a super tall, rivaling the Empire State Building. I don't know if it's enough room to put the Madison Square Garden there, but also there's a bunch of buildings here, if that's part of the proposal. But they think it's going to take about $1.5 billion to get the land, the real estate for the new Penn Station, and another, I think, about $3 billion to build the new Madison Square Garden. They think that can be done within 4 years, and then once Madison Square Garden is gone from over Penn Station, then they'll work on renovating Penn Station. So we're just going to take a little walk around here. In my other video I did about 2 years ago was based on the old project. This one is going to be with Madison Square Garden gone from this site, which is about a half a block from right here. There's going to be a park. And the park is going to be kind of on the idea of Bryant Park. It'll be, open to the public, but it'll be kind of contained. I'm not really describing it too well, but I know this morning the New York Post had some sketches. These are just rough proposals. Also, the New York Times had a nice article about it. This is one of the entrances on 31st Street, and this is the New Jersey Transit. The part of the station we're here is tracks 1 through 4. Now, what they didn't go into, which I did go into a bit in my other video about 2 years ago, was there's proposal also to expand Penn Station and to add, I believe, maybe 11 more tracks, which would be under the area I'm standing on now, and to take up the whole block between 30th Street and 31st Street. This is the back of the church. That's one of the buildings that would have to come down along 31st Street. These other buildings, which, as nice as they are, they're not landmarked. Although we're going to walk by a building that does have some historical context. Obviously, the back of the church here is more of a modernist monastery. The church itself is quite old, that fronts on 31st Street. But if they were to expand Penn Station by adding new tracks, this whole part of the block would have to come down. They are in the process of building new tunnels from New Jersey into Penn Station, And when that is done, they can renovate the old tunnels, which are about 110 years old, I want to say. And with that, they could bring a lot more trains into the station. However, the capacity is somewhat limited here. Amtrak runs through, many Amtrak trains run through Penn Station, but New Jersey Transit and Long Island Railroad, this is kind of a terminating station for them. So here we are at Madison Square Garden, which is 60 years old, or will be soon. And the new plan is to take this down and put a park here and have one major train hall between 7th and 8th Avenue, mostly for suburban trains. And they show it as being very open. We'll take a walk through. It's much better than it was, but it's still a little bit of a maze-like. So it'll be very much open. It will be underneath the park. The park will be here. And the other thing they mentioned is the facade on 7th Avenue will be very similar. I don't know if it's an exact replica of the facade of the old Penn Station that was torn down, I think in the 1960s. It might have been 63. So that'll be nice. And the layout inside will just be a little bit, well, not a little bit, it'll be a lot more cleaner. And it won't be like Grand Central with it, you know, it will be a large train hall, but not like with soaring ceilings like Grand Central. Anyways, this building here was originally, I want to say it was like a powerhouse for the Pennsylvania Railroad. As you can see, it's very well fortified. I don't know if it was if they actually generated power here, or if it was for transformers, but it was for electrical purposes. And this is original to the original Penn Station. So I don't know if this is landmarked in any way, or if this would have to come down. As you can see, it's quite massive and quite well built. So anyways, we're coming up to 8th Avenue, and we'll be across the street from the main post office, which shares space now with the Moynihan Train Hall, which is primarily used for Amtrak, and all the Amtrak services are there. The baggage claim, ticketing offices, but also the Long Island Railroad is also there. And you can see it has the columns, which is not identical to what the old Penn Station, but it's on the same design level. So this gives you an idea of what if they go through with this new plan, with the federal government plan, the front of Penn Station on 7th Avenue will have columns similar in a similar form to what's here on the post office, which now also houses Moynihan Train Hall. So I've done many videos on that. And it's a nice place to wait for a train for sure. And behind Moynihan, you see those towers, and that is Hudson Yards, which is more like a 10th Avenue. This is 9th Avenue. The post office goes from 8th Avenue to 9th Avenue, then across 9th Avenue we start with the Hudson Yards. So this is the corner of the block that would come down. These buildings are relatively nondescript, except for the powerhouse and then the St. John the Baptist Church, which you can't really see from here. So anyways, that's the plan. And it changes significantly from the plan I talked about 2 years ago, where Madison Square Garden would stay here, and they would tear down or take out there's a 30,000 seat theater here. This would come down, and this would be a grand entrance from 8th Avenue. So instead, what we'll have is the park will be here to my right, and then further down will be the entrance to Penn Station, and it'll be mostly for the New Jersey Transit and Long Island Railroad. But the platforms all run under from like 7th Avenue to 9th Avenue. So platforms are right below us, and they run under this building here, the post office, which right behind, the front of it is still used for postal services, but right behind it is the Moynihan Train Hall. And there's really no sorting facilities here anymore, and everything is trucked to a distribution center. I believe it's in New Jersey. So we're coming up to 33rd Street, and underneath us, they did a lot of work on the 33rd Street passageway, which used to have a very low ceiling. They've opened it up, and it's much nicer now. It's got a lot of retail, and I think they spent like $500 million on that passageway and other amenities. So this is 33rd Street, which 2 years ago when I came here, it was all under construction. Just gonna take a quick walk down here. There's still some barriers up here, and I think it's because of something that's going on in Madison Square Garden. But yeah, it's such a beautiful day. It's the day before Easter Sunday. I hope to have this video out tomorrow. So here's another side of Madison Square Garden, which will come down. The new Madison Square Garden will cost, I believe, about $4 billion, $3.5 billion, $4 billion. And then the renovations to Penn Station will be about $3 billion. So the whole project is estimated to be about $7.5 billion, which is kind of on the low end of the other proposed plan, which didn't include a new Madison Square Garden. So it sounds like a pretty good deal. It's going to be a public-private partnership. And at $7 billion, that would not include expanding Penn Station. So if they wanted to expand Penn Station and add additional tracks to fully utilize all the tunnels coming in from New Jersey, once everything is built new and the old ones refurbished, that cost does not include that. If it did, that would be a great deal. But that $7 billion just includes moving Madison Square Garden to a new location across from 7th Avenue, putting the park here, and redoing the train hall for the suburban trains. And we're going to take a quick look to see what it's going to be like, and I'll just show you. It's not that bad now, in my opinion. Maybe just because I've been through here so many times, I'm used to it. But it'll just be very cleaner lines. You walk in, you can, and you just see all the entrances to the platforms. And yeah, we have a Knicks event. So this is the park. In my last video, like 2 years ago, this was all under construction. The park has been made. And the passageway underneath us, underneath 33rd Street, has been completed. It's very nice.
Should have been back.
And they've renamed it Plaza 33. I know I've done a video here too. This is nice.
Yep.
Let's get to see some of the visitors into the city. It's nice. So anyways, we're going to take a quick look. This entrance goes right down the 33rd Street passageway. We're going to bypass this and just go right down into the part of Penn Station that they're going to, under the plan, renovate and make it make the lines cleaner. And we started the tour. I was right across the street near the corner of 7th Avenue and 32nd Street. And this is where the old Pennsylvania Hotel was located, which was still up in my video 2 years ago. It was under demolition, maybe 6 or 7 stories, but it's been down for a while. Nothing's going on there right now, so it's available. And here we have the main 7th Avenue entrance, Madison Square Garden, and Penn Station. So they still have the signs up, the Penn District. I guess that's still a thing. I don't know which of these buildings, they're planning on bringing down and putting up the super talls, but definitely this one here where the old Pennsylvania Hotel was. And the building style was similar to these buildings that line 7th Avenue. And there's the sky bridge, 3-story sky bridge for the old department store. Anyways, let's go downstairs. So this part of Penn Station will remain, not as it is. It was a little bit, I looked at the renderings, and as you can see, when you look straight ahead, there's like a barrier in the way. This is just all going to be like wide open, like one level. Probably this floor will be gone, and we'll use the level underneath us, which will give higher ceilings. And there's the lower level for easier access to Long Island railroads. So, anyways. So yeah, we will have higher ceilings here, and there just won't be, I don't want to call this clutter, but it'll just be wide open. And the platforms are right under us. But to get to the platforms, I have to go around the center. This center area, which is now used for New Jersey Transit and Amtrak reserve seating, if you will. And this is an exit up to Madison Square Garden, and also there is a passageway up there that used to be for taxis and drop-offs, but has been closed for security reasons since 9/11. So see, we've been walking through here a little bit, and we haven't seen any entrances to the platforms because they're behind here. And right ahead is one of the platform entrances that is not used all that much. Let's see.
This is the last call for Amtrak Empire Service Train 235 on
Yeah, okay, this is for tracks 15 and 16. So
should proceed to track 5 west.
the way I look at it, the ceiling height here is going to remain the same, but the floor will be lowered by another level. So right now there's another level under us, a mezzanine level, and below that are the platforms. So instead of having this level, we'll just have the big mezzanine level, which will open up the station quite a bit and make it easier. We'll make wayfinding easier and just make things a little bit nicer. As you can see, I'm looking straight ahead. These are construction walls that have some type of, I don't know if you call it art or things painted on. They're just plywood walls. And that used to be where the Amtrak services used to be. Now they've moved across the avenue to Moynihan Train Hall. So I don't know what's going on back there. It's been like this for a couple years. First they were blue, now they put pictures on them. So anyways, friends, that's it. You know, the whole project will take 11 years if everything is on time. So first we'll be moving the garden across the street. That's to take about 4 years. And then another 7 years to redo this Penn Station. And the thing about moving the garden first will make it much easier to do the construction on Penn Station and without any disruptions to Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, or Amtrak. Now there's another little piece of the moving part, and I did a short video. Metro North also is going to be coming in here, so that will be 4 railroads. And that is due in, I want to say 2028. It was originally due in 2027. And that's the East Bronx line, which will run the Hellgate line from New Rochelle to Penn Station, over the Hellgate Bridge, through Astoria and Long Island City, Queens, into the tunnels and into Penn Station. So it will be another, Metro North will have, in addition to Grand Central, they'll have a hub here at Penn Station. Now right now, I don't know where they're going to fit the trains because there hasn't been an expansion here. But perhaps with Long Island Railroad now going into Grand Central, a little more space has opened up here. Anyways, friends, it is a Saturday afternoon at 3:15 p.m. and it's pretty quiet here. Like I said, this is mostly used for New Jersey Transit, where I'm standing now. And where I'm facing down that end is more the Long Island Railroad tracks, but most people wait for them at the lower level. But for New Jersey Transit, they do wait on this upper level for their trains to be called. And of course, you can still get Amtrak trains from this part of the station. You don't have to go over to Moynihan Train Hall. And that's another little travel hack that maybe I'll do a video on someday soon. Anyways, friends, I just want to wish everybody a happy Easter and see you in the next video. And thanks so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. Take care. God bless.